준비.
선!
Hurry up.
선!
균예.
선!
준비.
선!
Joong-Gun Hyung. 준비.
선!
So for this Chumbi, the right hand will be in a fist, left hand will be open. You want to go about solar plexus height. Your left fingers are going to go on your knuckles and then wrap over the top. Your left thumb is going to go right where the index finger indents when you bend it. From here, I'm going to step out with my left. My left hand goes underneath. It's going to be open, and my thumb is going to be tucked inside to form a ridge hand. Nice flat surface on this side. Hands go underneath, left hand underneath, shoulder height. I'm going to look to my left, step out with my left, and throw my ridge hand just like an inner forearm block in Chung-Ji or any other form. Go. From here, without moving, leaning, or redistributing weight, I should already have it back here. I'm going to lift my left leg and throw a front kick, putting it right back down where it was. Go. I'm going to flip both hands. The one on the hip is going to open and flip. This gives me a little bit of that twisting or dynamic power as I step through. Step forward with the right. Short L stance and upward palm strike at a little bit of an angle. Go. From here, I'm going to prep to do that the other way. So I take my right foot and step around. Right hand, thumb is tucked. It goes underneath. I look to my right, regular L stance, ridge hand. Go. Good. So again, from here, my weight is already on this back leg. I lift my right leg, front kick, and put it back down. Go. Flip the hands, open the left hand, again, to get that little twisting or dynamic power. Step through the short L stance, upward palm strike. Go. From here, my left leg shoots toward the front, my hands come up, turning to the front in L stance, double knife hand block. Go. Good. Now, I'm going to transition from an L stance to a walking stance. I'm not stepping, which is a big mistake people tend to make on this one. I'm just sliding the front foot further forward and reaching with my left, putting my right hand down to the hip, again, upside down, and give it that little twist. Go ahead. And I'm going to twist forward, pushing off this back leg, locking my walking stance to the front, upward elbow. Go. From here, I'm going to step forward with the right, reaching with both hands, turning the hips, L stance, double knife hand block. Go. Step forward with the right, winding up the hands. Left hand goes down to the hip. Go ahead. And shooting forward with the hips, hard and fast with this left hand, upward elbow. Go. Hands would come up or drop down in that case to the chest or collarbone. Go ahead. So stepping forward with the left, twin snap punch. So 2 punches in front of the eyes. Watch. Go. And knuckles are up, the hands are slightly tilted. I always tell people it's more like driving a car than riding a bike. So I don't want to be flat, slightly angled. Right leg is going to do a high step and then a stomp forward. Hands will drop down to the hips and then twist on the way in for a twin upset punch. So from here, this will be a key up. Go. Good. Stationary turn, so my right leg is going to step over, hands draw to the chest. Go ahead. Left leg is going to step out to a walking stance. Hands are going to do a high X block with the left hand closest to your head. Go. From here, I'm going to draw my left leg back. Go ahead. Hands are still up in this position. I'm going to step out with the left and do a back fist. We've done this in other forms like Dosan. I step out. There's that slight bend in the wrist showing the knuckles, or emphasizing the knuckles, showing the back fist. Go. Okay. Left leg is going to be the only one that moves right now. I kick it backwards or out into a walking stance. As I do this left hand will do a hammer fist. So I'm here, hammer fist. Go. And this will be striking with the bottom part of the hand. And it's about solar plexus height on this one. From here, I'll do a little bit of a reach to get that power, that push-pull. I'll twist the hips, but I'm not stepping anywhere, and I'll do a punch in this direction. Go. Good. From here, I'm going to draw the left leg back to the center. Go ahead. Right hand is now going to wrap around the head, get covered. I'm going to step out with my right for another back fist. So I'm just going to mirror what I just did. I step out with the right to an L stance. Back fist about eye height, slight bend in the wrist, not over exaggerated, just slightly pushing out the knuckles. Go. Right leg now will be the only one that moves on this section. Kick it out to a walking stance. Hammer fist with the bottom part of your hand, about solar plexus height. Go. Twist the hips. Again, you can reach, get that little bit of a push-pull motion. Twist the hips in that direction. Punching with the left hand. Go. From here, right leg draws in. So I'm going to actually do a double step toward the back of the room. So right leg draws in. Go ahead. Hands come up, palms are down. I'm going to twist them to a reinforced block toward the back of the room. And I'm going to be in a walking stance. So toward this direction, toward the back. Reinforced block. Go. You've also heard me hear this or say this in Joong-Gun. High hand hits the hip hard. So you're going to take that hand that's up high for the reinforced block, bring it back to your left hip. Go. I'm going to slide back. So again, another transition section of the form. From this time, walking stance to L stance. So I'm pulling backwards, and I'll punch with the hand that's already on the hip because it's prepared. It's ready to punch. Sliding back to an L stance and punch. Go. From here, back leg is going to do a side kick, and I'm going to land in a walking stance forward, my right leg in front, and another reinforced block position. So from here, 1, reach, and 2. Go. Do it again. High hand, so in this case my right hand hits the hip hard, it draws back to the hip. I'm going to slide back with my right leg and do a right hand side punch. L stance, watch. Go. From here, back leg will side kick again. This time, instead of repeating and going to a walking stance and a reinforced block, I'm going to go to an L stance. I'm going to do a guarding block, which is just like the double knife hand we did earlier in the form, except now my hands are closed. So back leg kicks, reach, guarding block, L stance. Go. From here, another transition from L to walking. This form has a lot of stance transitions. Left leg will shoot forward to create a walking stance. Go ahead. Hands will prep. Right hand comes up high. Left hand goes down low. The way I remember this, or teach people to remember this in class, is the hand by the heart goes high. So all those H's. Hand by the heart goes up high. I'm now going to slowly turn my stance toward the back of the room, and I'm going to do twin pressing blocks. My front hand is going to be about eye height. So in this case, my left hand will be about eye height. My right hand will be down by the belt. So slow motion, pressing block. Go. From here, I'm going to step forward with my right. I'm just going to mirror this on the other side. Just stepping forward, guarding block with the right in front, L stance. Go. Push the right out. Go ahead. Hand by the heart goes high. Other hand drops low. So my right hand drops low in this case. I'm going to twist my hips forward slowly into another set of pressing blocks. Go. From here, my back leg will draw into the front leg. So my right leg will actually turn a little bit. My left will draw to it. My high hand hooks. My high hand, in this case, my right hand does a hook punch. Nice and slow motion. Left hand goes to the hip. And this is at a right angle. So that means if I were to extend my other hand, it would create a little rectangle in front of me. But this left hand will stay down on the hip. Go. And have this right about shoulder height, so we're not going to go high with this one. Right hand will join the other one down on the hip. They'll slightly open. I'm going to step forward with my right to a long L stance. So same as our L stance, but go a little bit bigger. I'm going to do a U-shaped block. Watch. So in this case, I have my thumbs are sticking out. It's one of the very few times the thumbs are out. I have my right elbow positioned right on my hip bone. And I have my left hand as high as my eyes. If I do this, they should end up right over each other, and my fingertips are pointed to the front of the room. My thumbs are pointing the direction I'm looking. Go. One more time, we're gonna mirror this. So my right leg draws into the center, hands go to the right hip. Step out with the left, another U-shaped block. Remember, elbow to that hip bone, have it go straight, not up or down. Right hand goes high, about as high as the eyes. That should cause these to level up right over each other. So I step out with my left. Go. From here, again, make sure thumbs are pointed the direction I'm looking, fingertips are pointed toward the front. Left leg draws in to Joong-Gun, Hyung, Chung. And relax.
Sir.